43 days in. Callbacks are one of the most expensive things in this business, and most shops don't actually know what they're costing them. They know they happened. They don't know why, or how often, or which tech, or which equipment type, or what time of year. We built a system that knows all of that. Every night, a script pulls the past 90 days of job data and runs a callback scan. The logic is simple: if the same unit at the same address had more than one visit inside 30 days, and the second visit is coded as a diagnostic, repair, or no charge, it gets flagged as a callback. We're not relying on anyone to label it correctly. The pattern does the detection. From that flag list, we build a profile. Who was the original tech? What was the work type? What part was installed? What brand is the equipment? What was the time to call back? 2 days, 2 weeks? That profile starts showing you things. 2 callbacks in a row on a specific refrigerant line set install method. 1 tech with a 14% callback rate on heat pump commissioning while everyone else is under 5%. A parts supplier where 3 of the last 8 capacitors failed inside 30 days. These aren't things you'd see in your job list. You'd have to pull the data manually and cross-reference it yourself, and nobody does that because it takes hours and the result is usually a hunch, not a number. The system gives you the number. We tied it to 2 outputs. First, a weekly callback digest shows top 5 patterns, sorted by frequency. If there's a real signal in the data, it surfaces. If it's noise, the counts are low and it stays at the bottom. Second, the tech scorecard we built on day 37 now includes callback rate as a metric. Not punitive. Diagnostic. If someone's rate is climbing, that's a coaching conversation, not a write-up. We also connected it to the parts log. When a callback is flagged, the system looks at what was installed on the prior visit and logs that part number. If the same part number appears in more than 2 callbacks in a rolling 60-day window, it fires an alert. That's a bad batch or a wrong spec. We pull it from stock and check. What we found in the first 30 days, 12 callbacks total. 3 were true callbacks, same issue, not resolved. 9 were related visits that weren't actually failures, customers adding on, follow-up to a previous no-heat, stuff like that. The system now has a second filter to separate those out based on job code. The 3 real callbacks cost us just under 4 hours of labor at 0 revenue. That's money we spent twice. The system didn't prevent those jobs, they already happened. But now we know the pattern, and we know where to look. That's the shift. From reacting to every callback individually to seeing them as data that points somewhere. Tomorrow we're looking at how we use AI to monitor our own system health, what happens when the AI tools break, and how we know before anyone calls to complain.